Don't have anything set up. All right. Good afternoon, family. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you're new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of losing 300 pounds in 3 years. If you'd like to join the family, hit that subscribe button down below. Also, click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. If you'd like to participate on the discussion, you can join me most weekdays on YouTube, where I go live around 4 p.m. Central Time, or outside of the YouTube. If you want to reach out to me, you can consider joining the Discord I've created. There's a link for that down in the description below. Also, down in the description below is a link to a Pinterest board. A lot of times people ask me what foods I'm eating to lose weight, or what foods I'm eating on my diet. And that Pinterest board is a great place to see a lot of our favorite recipes. Today is day 814 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. I've used a combination of extended water fasting and a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet to lose 240 pounds so far. If anybody has any, hold on a second. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear your non-scale victories. If you have any on-scale victories, I love hearing those as well. If you are struggling with your diet, what do you think is causing your struggles? If you're succeeding, let us know what you're doing to succeed. And at the end of the day, what are you doing to make staying on your diet easier than the alternative? Hello. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Anthony and Cindy and Christy and Carrie checking in here. Tennis and Yoga Girl. Rebecca, Jean, Plants Only Muncher. Hello, everybody. Hello, Janet. I hope you guys all had a wonderful weekend. We had a great weekend at home this weekend. Or I had a good weekend at home. I was kind of home alone much of the weekend. I'm realizing I don't have my phone on me. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. All right. Let's see. So yes, this weekend was it was a good weekend. Carrie was out of town this weekend, so I was at home with the kids most of the weekend by myself. And so it was just a lot of taking care of the kids. I was dealing with a lot of preparing food for them and also making food for myself. Thankfully, Carrie had made some food before she left town, so there was some things in the fridge for me to eat. I'll go ahead and go over some of what I ate this weekend, but I did not really feel like I ended up eating a ton of food throughout the weekend. Let me see. So I did not go live last Friday, so I guess I have all of the food that I've eaten since last Friday. Let's see here. Let me pull this up. There we go. So Friday for lunch, something that I've kind of been doing since Carrie started the Chef AJ reboot, is with most of my meals, I've been either eating broccoli before I ate the meals, or I've been eating more broccoli. And actually, another thing that I've been doing as well is I've been pushing when I eat my first meal of the day till a little bit later. And I'm realizing as I look at this that I said it was lunch, but this is actually breakfast for me on Friday. I did not end up eating till about 11 a.m. Just trying to play a little bit with intermittent fasting and just push myself a little bit, to kind of see if I can get my body to burn a little bit of fat, between meals. So this was breakfast on Friday. Started with some broccoli before I had our kind of regular oatmeal here. If there's the thing's way behind. So hopefully this keeps up with me as I talk here. But Friday for breakfast, I had oatmeal, and then I did not eat at work on Friday. Other than this, I had breakfast, and then I did not eat until I got home, and Carrie had made just an enormous vat of Spanish rice. And so she had lots of Spanish rice there for me to eat while she was away. So that's what I had for dinner on Friday. Then Saturday morning, I didn't wait very long Saturday to eat because I was at home with the kids and I was messing with making them food. But this is my starter on Saturday morning, was a bag of broccoli here. And then I had also our standard oatmeal on Saturday as well. This thing's way behind here, so I don't know if it's going to be able to keep up with me or if I'll be able to. So then for my second meal, actually it caught up here real quick. So for this Janet here says the Spanish rice looks so good. The Spanish rice, it was good. It was a little bit dry. But I enjoyed it. I ended up having it Friday evening, and then I also had it for lunch on Saturday as well. And so that was a lot of what I ate. Let me see if this picture pops up here. One of the desserts that is on the reboot is this banana and sweet potato pudding. That there was some of that left over, so I ate what was left of that on Saturday afternoon, and then Saturday evening for dinner I had some more of the Spanish rice for dinner on Saturday. Let's see, we got a little bit of snow, so I took a photo there of the snow, where the kids playing in the snow. Then yesterday for breakfast, you know what I did? So I was at home dealing with the kids, and we were making lots of dishes, and I was having to deal with the dishes. And so for breakfast yesterday, I was making a bag of broccoli, and I decided to, that instead of getting a bowl dirty for the broccoli, I'm waiting for this. Anthony here says, how many inches of snow? We just got like 1 or 2 inches of snow. It wasn't a large amount of snow that we got up here. And most of it on the roads is all melted off, or anywhere where I shoveled. Oh, okay. So it only popped up. The things are way behind. Yeah. Carrie here says that it was enough to sled. Cindy says you trimmed the beard. Yes, I did trim my beard. I might have done it Thursday night or Friday. I think I probably took photos of it. But anyways, what I was getting to with the broccoli is that instead of getting a bowl or a plate or any more dishes dirty, I decided to just drain the water out of the bag and then put the California balsamic vinegar right into the bag, mix it up, and then just throw the bag away. Saved me a dish, and I ended up doing the same thing today as well. And then let's see, this was breakfast yesterday. Oatmeal, lots of really the same stuff we always eat. We did have one of the soups from the Chef AJ reboot. Janet says loves this trim. Thanks. I don't remember the name of this soup. Janet might know. I believe it's a soup she made here recently too. But this has got sweet potatoes and beans. The interesting thing about this soup for us was that the base or the liquid of the soup is orange juice. And so Carrie says that she thinks it's called sweet potato chili. But yeah, it had like an orange juice base. So it was different to have something that was like real sweet, like a real sweet soup. But overall, I enjoyed the soup a lot. And then I don't know what my other photos are here. This might be, oh, this is a dessert that Carrie made last night too. She had made this dessert last week, but we didn't have rolled oats. All we had was steel cut and oat groats. So she made it with the rolled oats. And I think she added some pineapple into it, which is a little bit different than we had it earlier in the week. And this was delicious. This was a treat that I had last night. And then today, oh, I didn't take a photo of my, yeah, so Janet says that it's the sweet potato chili with kale. Yeah, that's probably what the name of it was sweet potato chili with kale. And then today I had a bag of broccoli. And I didn't take a picture of my lunch, but I had a huge bowl of potatoes and a bag of broccoli mixed in. So I've already had my 2 pounds of broccoli today. And I feel great. You know, it feels good to have that food in me and to be eating a volume of food. One of the things I was thinking about this weekend was just how much the weekend throws me off from my routine. And I tried kind of hard this weekend, or I tried this weekend to stick to my routine or try to stick to kind of the same food schedule that I have throughout the week. Let me turn this off. Maybe my computer will start working a little bit better. But just how, you know, for 5 days, you know, and this really, I noticed it a lot when I first started my diet. I think many people will, is that you start your diet on that Monday. You know, you say, I'm going to start Monday. So you start Monday, and for 5 days, you have the same routine. You get up at the same time. You start your diet. Then you may start a workout routine, but then you go to work and you have kind of your day figured out or planned out. And then the weekend comes and you might not have to work like you normally do, or on the weekend you go and you travel, or you go visit somebody, and it changes your routine that you had just built for the last 4 or 5 days. And so this weekend I was trying to kind of stick to eating that same diet that I've been eating throughout the previous week, and you know, hopefully to see some more weight loss, because what I've been doing has been really nice, or has been going well for me, especially last week with the good loss I've had. And I've actually had a decent weight loss the last couple weeks, I believe. So the topic I was going to bring up today was, you know, rebooting your diet for maximum weight loss is the title of this. And, or you know what, one thing I was going to talk about before, I was talking about the shirt I'm wearing. I'm very happy. I'm wearing some clothing that fits a little bit better, and I was going to show it off a little bit, I guess. So let me. Not tucked in the back anymore. It's crazy that I'm wearing like a 3X shirt right now, and it's kind of big. And so but it actually kind of it's a little bit big, but it's clothing that fits me much better than most of the clothing that I have right now, because I've been continuing to lose weight. And I'm really happy that I'm starting to feel much more comfortable in the clothing I'm wearing, and it's yeah, and I feel like I look a lot better too. Thanks, guys. Yeah, and it's yeah, I'm getting there, and it's really nice to see how the progress that's happening. And I feel it not just on the outside, I feel it on the inside. So many times in the past, I would lose weight and I would really feel like I had lost weight, and I would feel physically better on the outside, but I didn't really feel better on the inside. Um, yes, Cindy says, kick those tents to the campground. Yes, I have many shirts that could be used as a tent laying around the house that we've kind of talked about what we're going to do with it. And it's a weird spot that I think many people have been to, where you have all this clothing that you wore when you were at your heaviest, and then you've lost weight, and then it's time to get rid of that clothing. And it's something where it's tough to get rid of that clothing sometimes. And for me, I think it's tough because I had done this in the past. Like in 2013, I lost a bunch of weight and I was like, I'm never going to need any of this 4X clothing anymore. I'm never going to need these pants that are 55-inch or 50-inch waist anymore. And I got rid of a bunch of that stuff. And then I slowly started to gain the weight back. But I'm definitely much more confident in things now. And I believe that even if, things started to go crazy, that I have much more knowledge now, and that I would be able to pick myself up faster than I did last time. Because it took me about 10 years or 8 years to decide to pick myself up and do something since the last time I had lost a bunch of weight. But yes, I need to get rid of some of it. I don't know if I should just throw it away, give it away. If I give it away to somebody, I almost want to pin like a note on it and be like, hey, this used to be mine, but I don't need it anymore. And it's not because I died. It's because I lost all the weight that I'm sure you're hoping you can lose. But yeah, I need to get rid of it. Gene says that you agree with the others, meaning Carrie have this down now to be patient for the win. Yes, absolutely. And that's a little bit what I wanted to talk about today with the rebooting your diet for maximum weight loss and the title. And what happens so many times when we go into diets, we have this mindset that, it's going to be tough. Like that's something that most people will agree, it's tough to start a diet, or it's tough to get on a diet, or it's tough to be on a diet. And we get it in our head that it's going to be so difficult to do this thing. But we also, at the same time, have the mentality of, but once we get started, as you do it over time, it'll get easier over time. And in some things that's true, but I don't think it's true for the way many people look at weight loss and at diet. So when you're thinking about the gym, like if your goal is to just go to the gym, then getting up and going and doing it is difficult at first. And then as you go, it gets easier over time. But if you change your goal, and your goal is, I want to run a mile in 6 minutes. I want to be able to bench press 300 pounds. I want to, if you set a goal, like a numeric or a quantitative goal for yourself, then it changes how it happens. Because a bodybuilder, let's say a bodybuilder goes to the gym and says, I want to get into bodybuilding competitions. When he first starts, it's difficult to get started, but it's nowhere near as difficult at the beginning as it is when he's getting to the end, when he's getting ready to be in competition and he's doing the final weeks of training. It gets even tougher because he's trying to reach a specific goal. And so I think what we do is we get it in our heads that we're going to go on this weight loss and we're going to lose weight. And we say, I want to lose 100 pounds. I want to lose, I want to get down to the weight I was when I was in high school. You set these goals that they require you to increase your focus and they become more difficult. But going into it, that's not the mindset you have going into it. You're going into it with, oh, if I just get started, it'll get easier over time. And that would be true if your goal was to just lose weight. If your goal was to just lose weight, then having the mindset of it's going to be tough at first, but then it'll get easier, that may be true. But you're not going to have that same weight loss at the beginning as you do 3 weeks into it or 2 months into it or 6 months into it or 25 months into it. But so as you get further along, that weight loss you're going to see is going to get smaller and smaller unless you continue to modify your diet and you continue to reboot your diet and to change it so that it becomes more tailored for you and it helps you reach your goal. Again, the example with the bodybuilder, he may be able to get down to a certain weight or get to a certain size, but then he feels like he needs to work on his shoulders, whereas the guy next to him doesn't need to worry about his shoulders. The guy next to him has to worry about his biceps. So the guy that's worried about his shoulders, or the guy that's has difficulty growing, that has to focus on that thing, and he has to worry about himself. And the diet or the program that both of these guys started on could have been the same, but as they got closer to their goal, they had to diverge their plans, and one of them had to focus on what worked for them and the other had to focus what worked for them, even though they had the same plan at the beginning. And that happens with this diet too, is that when you say I'm going to eat a whole food plant-based diet, then that is a huge diet. And then you have to start looking at it for yourself and say, well, maybe I can't have oil. Maybe I can't have sugar. Maybe I can't have salt, and start honing it in to fit you better so you continue to see the weight loss results that you want to see. And then you got to keep going on and on. And I've done that over the past 2 years that I've been on this diet. Is I've gone through these phases where I've been like, okay, I'm going to try adding avocado into my diet for a while. I'm going to try adding nuts into my diet. I'm going to try having fruit juices in my diet. And those are all things that I had introduced into my diet, or they'd been part of my diet. One, Ezekiel bread and nut butter, was on my diet when I first started this whole thing. And it was whole food plant-based. It fit my salt, oil, sugar, it fit all the metrics I wanted it to fit. But as time went on, I had to remove it because it was no longer fitting what I needed to see in order for me to see weight loss. And so the diet that I started on, while it was difficult to get started, it's really only become more difficult over time, but I'm happy with the results. I'm excited with the results that I'm seeing by making these changes. So it's worth it to me to make them. If I was making these changes and I was gaining weight, or if I was making these changes and I was sitting still for a long time, then yeah, I would be more upset. But I'm making these changes, and a lot of times when I make these changes, I'm seeing the scale go the direction I want it to go. And with this reboot that we're doing with Chef AJ, it's something that I didn't realize that I needed to lower the calorie density of my overall diet. But now that I've been doing it, I understand how it fits me best because it feeds into that volume eating. Preloading my breakfast with a bag of broccoli and my lunches or my dinners with a bag of broccoli, that has improved my weight loss over the past few weeks. And I'm hoping that I continue to see that happen over the next few weeks. And as I lose more weight, if I get down to 270 pounds or 265 pounds, and I see that weight loss slow, then I'm going to look at my diet and I'm going to say, what have I been eating that's higher in calorie density? What can I do to lower the overall density of my diet without a lot of effort? And the broccoli has been an incredible way to increase volume in my diet without increasing the effort at really at all. I mean, it takes 5.5 minutes to microwave the bag of broccoli. I put some vinegar on it. And I don't even know that I would have to do that. I think I would probably be okay with just eating the broccoli just out of the bag. Carrie says that she's definitely less snacky. She eats a lot less fruit during the day since the reboot started. Yeah. And I find that I can be satisfied on just a bag of broccoli for a little while too. You know, like I don't have to right away eat after I have the broccoli. Or we had zucchini the other day as a vegetable in the morning, and I wasn't able to go and eat my oatmeal right away after, but just having that zucchini, just eating that vegetable gave me a good amount of energy quickly. And then yeah, like I'm satiated. I really feel like throughout the day I'm much more satisfied, and I'm not thinking about snacks near as much. Jean here says that she agrees that surprised her too, with the reboot, that she's less snacky. And I mean, it makes sense. The volume of food that I'm eating is up, you know, like I was eating a big bowl of oatmeal for breakfast. Now I'm eating a pound of broccoli and a big bowl of oatmeal for breakfast. So that's going to filter throughout, maybe not that day, but if you continue to do that over time, it's going to lead to less snacking on these other foods. And if you find that you're still snacking on these other foods, then add more non-starchy vegetables, and or try to find a way to make the non-starchy vegetable your snack that you're snacking on, and not the other stuff. And so but really, yeah, you just have to realize that when you start this diet too, is that you don't be hard on yourself. When you start any diet, that at the beginning is when you should be the easiest on yourself as far as staying compliant and getting back on track, like it's, we get all wrapped up in having to be perfect, and it's a shame because so many people have given up because of that striving to be perfect on whatever they're doing, whether it's a diet or work or a hobby. If you're not perfect the first time, you give up, or with this diet and with dieting, you have to be much more forgiving to yourself, because it's yeah, like you get it in your head that you got to be perfect, and you don't have to be anywhere near perfect. You just have to be better than where you were. And you can work on perfecting the diet throughout the course of the rest of your life. Like that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to continue to make tweaks to my diet to keep me where I want to be, or get me where I want to be. And then once I get there, to keep me in that spot. And it's just like, any other thing. A kid starting off in karate, he sucks at karate. He's not a black belt right away. The person that's a black belt has spent years and years honing their skills to become a black belt. And so when you start a diet, you're not going to be a black belt on that diet when you first start. And Amy says here, yeah, 1% better every day. If you're just 1% better than you were the day before, or, and it just continuing to do that, you continue to get better, and you are what you eat. Just stop eating crap food, stop eating processed foods, start eating whole foods, yeah. Carrie here says, and if physical changes aren't happening or apparent, remember how much healthier you are on the inside. Yeah, absolutely. Like that's something that me and Carrie have talked about a lot in the past few months, is just like my digestive system, my stomach, my intestines, just everything feels cleaner. I feel less inflamed throughout my body. I feel healthier. And if my body, your body cells die off every day, and your body replaces those cells with new cells, and it uses the food that you're eating currently to replace those cells. So even if I still have cells on my body I don't want, let's say, at least they're getting replaced with healthy cells. You know, anything that dies off is getting replaced with a healthier cell. And the food on this diet, I don't like it. It feels so much cleaner, and it feels, yes, you're so much healthier on the inside. And yeah, even if I were able to find a way to continue to eat this way and still be 280 pounds, I think that I would be I feel like right now I'm extremely healthy for somebody who's 280 pounds. And the longer I stay on this diet, I'm just getting healthier. Even if I stayed the same weight, I would still be a healthier version of myself at 280 pounds than I was the week prior, because everything I put into my body is to improve it, is to make it better. So, and yeah, so I think that's about all I have for today. I appreciate all you guys checking out the stream. I hope you had a great weekend. The reboot we've been doing has been going great. We kind of had to, we didn't really follow the diet plan strictly this weekend with the travel, but still ate, very healthy and very much whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar free throughout the weekend. And Anthony says, take some time for yourself, John. I do. I need some time off. I took care of the kids all weekend. I think I got an hour to myself last night. That was enough for me. So I appreciate all you guys and all the support that you guys have been giving me throughout this. That's a huge part about this whole thing. Accountability is a big part of any success, and it's really hard to hold yourself accountable. So I appreciate that I have you guys here to help hold me accountable. Janet here says, week 2 of the reboot. Here we go. Yes. Cindy says that I should play some video games tonight, Carrie. I just got prescribed. I think that Cindy's even like a medical doctor. I think that was a prescription to play video games. We'll see how that works out. But thank you guys for the support. I plan to be live tomorrow, so I hope to see you guys on the live stream again tomorrow. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, get subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, or hang out with my wife, I don't know. I think we'll see. It depends on how good dinner is tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, get subscribed to the channel. If you haven't clicked on the bell icon to get alerted when I go live or post new videos, make sure you do that. If you have not hit the like button, commented down below, don't forget to do it. And last but not least, if you have not started your diet yet, get started now. There's absolutely nothing coming up this weekend that's more important than your health and your overall well-being. And just imagine if you get started now and you can get through that event this weekend, just how much more powerful you'll feel having gotten through the event, being able to stay compliant on your diet, because you're going to have to figure out a way to stay compliant on your diet for the rest of your life. So get started right now. Nobody regrets it. Everybody who reaches their goals looks back and wishes they would have started sooner. You guys all have a great evening.